How's it going, everyone? It's Noir Tapes back with another video. Today I wanted to break down some of the techniques I use when sampling from vinyl. I made a beat with a bunch of vinyl samples today, and I went kind of creative and in-depth with the sampling techniques. So I wanted to show you how it works and break it down a little bit. For starters, here's the sample I used today. So because of copyright, I wanted to cut out most of the sample from the raw vinyl. I'll play the samples I actually used and just the part I used, and then break down the effects I used in the MPC. So the beat I made was pretty simple. I just did drums, and I had two layers, a sample layer and a bass. And I got the sample and the bass from the vinyl, and I did some effects to single them out and improve them. So here we go. For starters, this is the chop I used for the bass. I'll play a few of the chops from the sample itself. And so basically what I did was I listened for one of the chops with a strong bass presence, which I thought was this one. And so then, of course, I did a low pass on the sample to get the bass. And that's basically all I did, really. I low passed it, I used the resonance and turned that up a little bit to give it a bit more of that middle presence. And there you go, I had a bass pad. And so then I just put it on 18 levels and I could just play it along with the sample. And so that's one of the samples I used in this beat. Pretty simple, pretty common technique as well, I would say. The other one I use is also a pretty common technique. I just took a loop and I did some repitching with it, and I added some effects and came out with this. So this is the original sample here for that part. The first thing I did was chop off the start of the sample just to get a perfect loop, and then I played around with the pitch until it was in key with the bass that I played. And then one of the effects I used was an EQ just to cut out the lows. I wanted to make sure there was no lows at all, and I brought out a little bit of the highs. And basically that's sort of what I did, right? I had the bass from the vinyl, and I got the sample from the vinyl, and I just put it all together, made this beat. Originally, when I started coming up with the idea for this video, I wanted to try a few different sampling techniques and get a bit creative with it. I did find a one shot of a xylophone on my vinyl earlier, and I tried to use that as an instrument and repitch it and make it sound pretty good, but there was a resonant frequency in it I just couldn't seem to get rid of, and I just decided to just drop that. And so there's a good example of perseverance, right? You start with the beat, and if things don't work, you just have to at some point drop them, try something else, move on, you know. Anyways, thank you for watching. Hopefully you employ some of these tactics in your own beats. I'll do some more videos with creative sampling in the future, and hopefully you guys will be able to employ these in your own beats. So thank you for watching.